Hello guys, it's Michael here from Mixing Mango, and yes, I'm back today. In the background is just some old clips from Cow Fight King. This is literally a long time ago. This is because, as you can see here, I've actually got supers, like super attack, defense, and strength. So this is like 2 or 3 months ago before I had overloads or extremes. So yeah, just pretty much just ignore the video in the background. It's just there to place fill. But the main thing I wanted to talk about, which is why I'm making this commentary today, is the new boss, Vorago. Yep, pretty exciting stuff, Vorago. So yeah, this is going to be kind of like a review of the BTS. I suppose you could say it's a review of the BTS, even though it's not a direct review of the BTS. Like, I don't have it up in the background. I'm not entirely sure about everything that went on in the BTS. I did watch it, but I can't remember it. It's just like my thoughts, my first thoughts of the new boss that is coming out. So yeah, Vorago is going to be the new boss. It's going to drop some new level 90 gear, which looks awesome. I'll talk about that later on. But I just want to explain some stuff that went on in the BTS first. So yeah, if you haven't seen the BTS, go watch it. Vorago looks amazing, absolutely amazing. So yeah, so first I want to talk about where it's situated. So basically it's situated in a kind of like a dungeon. Like, you go through this little cave. It's like just off to the west of the lodestone at Port Sarim. I think it's the west. No. Sorry, no, not Port Sarim. It's north of Falador. That's it. Yeah, you go to Falador Lodestone and you go north, and there's a cave entrance. Now, if you've been to this area before, in the past it had like some NPCs standing outside in Full Dragon, Infinity, and I think it was Armadillo. It might have been something else, and they were outside and they were fighting off these kind of things inside this cave. And it's really cool that they've had this, like, these NPCs just standing outside this cave, this random cave that you could never go in, and now they're making a boss in it. Did they anticipate that there was going to be a new boss and they were going to put it into this cave? I don't know, but I don't know. I think that's kind of stupid of me, but I just think it's really cool that they kind of preempted this. And obviously it's a bit like Next, when they created the God Wars dungeon in 2007. They had the next door, even though it took them then 4 years to develop a boss that was going to go in past that door. But you know, it's just kind of cool that they left that in there for so long before they brought in a boss that was going to go there. So yeah, that's my first point. So the second point was getting onto the BTS and talking about Vorago itself. So first I'll talk about on entrance. Like, I don't know if this is real or not. Because I saw some of the stuff in the BTS, and on entrance apparently you get hit 50k, like a 50k hit randomly. So people on the high level forums and some people I've talked to are saying that maybe, because I was just thinking about it for a while, I was thinking maybe only one person gets hit the 50k, so there'd be kind of like a sacrifice type thing. So you'd send someone in to get hit the 50k and then you'd all be free. Or maybe it's just like a point, so you have to surge past that point. I don't know. It's just like maybe trying to increase some more like EOC ability mechanics, or it's just the fact that when you get hit for the 50k, you have to use resonance or something, which would be kind of cool, I suppose. It would mean you'd always have to use a shield, but that's slightly annoying. So yeah. So the other thing is, this is actually going to be the first boss where, like, from the it's really cool, from the BTS you can actually jump onto Vorago's back. So I'm not really sure how that's going to work, but you can actually like jump onto its back and hit it. I think you can deal damage when you're on its back. I'm not sure. Like, I'm sure on the first day there's going to be loads of glitches, like people jumping into its back like just instantly. Because like, I reckon what would happen is you'll get a chance to do it like once per kill. I don't know who's going to get that chance to do it. Maybe it's like down to how much XP or how much you're hitting. Like, the person who's getting the most DPS gets a chance to like do a special move and run around the back and jump onto its back or something like that. Or maybe if you go around and jump onto its back, you can hit like 10Ks, but at the same time you get hit like 3/4 of your health and you can nearly die. So, you know, who knows. But that would be pretty cool to see what that is, because it's the first boss that ever has that kind of like mechanics where you can actually you can actually interact with it. All bosses where you just like you swipe your weapon and you're not actually hitting it, but now you can actually interact with the boss and actually like get on top of it. Kind of brings into like a cutscene Oh, sorry, I've got a cold. Sorry, it comes into like a cutscene kind of idea, but you know, I don't know. It does look really, really cool. So that's pretty cool. So the next thing I wanted to talk about was, oh yeah, kind of like leeching. So basically, I was watching the BTS and they were talking about it, and this is kind of like a topic which I don't know, I'm quite happy about. Basically, they were doing the thing, they were talking about it, and they were like, yeah, you need 5+ people. And I thought, well, if this is going to be the hardest boss in the game, that's quite a small amount of people. So, and then they said, like, you can go up to 50 people, but they then added that actually, as there becomes more people, it actually deals more damage and it actually becomes harder. So the more people there are, the more damage and like the stronger it becomes. I think that's really cool because basically the problem is with Counterfight King is, like, yeah, okay, it's difficult in a 4 or a 5 man, but if you get a 10-20 man mass in, you can just kill it instantly. Whereas with this Vorago, it will eliminate like lower level players actually being able to do it because people in teams won't want that leech, you know. A person in a team, like, I know it's a bit harsh. I'm not trying to be harsh here, but if you're fighting a really high level boss, you should have high level gear like Virtus, Torva, Pernix, Bandos, Armadillo, and Subjugation, and good weapons like level 90 or 80 gear. So you shouldn't be there leeching it with like a Staff of Light and like Gano or something, because that's just silly. It's meant to be a high level boss and it's meant to be a really difficult boss, so you can't just be leeching there. And now teams are going to be wary of taking in friends who have low level gear because extra person makes it even harder. So it's going to actually kind of make people actually want to train and get better gear from other bosses and then move on to Vorago. And I think this is really cool because it makes it a lot more difficult than it could be. So next thing I wanted to talk about is something really cool. Is it changes its like, because it's got apparently like 50 different attack styles, which is really cool. So like just different like attack styles that it can do, like rocks spurting out of the ground and stuff. But apparently like every week it's actually going to change attacks, like different attack styles. So one week you could be mastering it, and let's say it like fires rocks out the ground. So like this week I've mastered Vorago, I know what it's doing this week, and then the next week it's going to change all its attack styles, and it's going to do completely different attack styles. And I think this is really, really good, because it's the first boss that ever actually changes its technique. All of the different bosses, yeah, some of them have different phases, but none of them ever actually change gradually, or actually completely change like weekly, and that is really good. And I know this is a classic Mod Crusell because he is an amazing boss developer, and I think this is a really cool idea of his, and I hope it works. I hope there aren't too many glitches on the first couple of days, because those could destroy the prices of the new armors and weapons, which I shall go on to now. So yeah, I'm just going to touch briefly on this. There is going to be a new level 90 wand and orb, which look absolutely awesome. I think they're called Seismic. I think it's called Seismic. And I know they're going to be really expensive on release date, which is really awesome. Obviously, it's going to be like Drygores. It's going to be like the new range weapons that came out recently, about a month ago, Ascensions. But also, out of the blue, completely out of the blue, they're also bringing in the new level 90 magic gear, which is awesome. I'm not sure if it's tanking or attacking gear. I think it's going to be attacking gear, because obviously they've got Sea Singers. So they pretty much just replaced Sea Singers. And yeah, it's probably going to crash the prices of Virtus, because Virtus isn't as good as this new magic gear. But you know, we'll see how the gears pan out price-wise, etc. in the future. But I am extremely excited for this new boss, because it is actually going to be the first boss that I'll be able to do on release date, because I'm finally a high-level player. And yeah, it's going to be so awesome. So expect loads of videos from the new boss Vorago when it comes out. So yeah, goodbye guys.